Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are back from break, and when we left off, music has changed, because we're basically out of combat at this point. But before we left off, the party had decided that they were going to leave some sort of message. What is that message?
Alright, so
Nerd.
as it's Matt's turn, I ask him to cut off one of the Bobo's arms.
Okay. Matt, do you comply?
Before he leaves. Near me. I'm gonna use it as a giant paintbrush.
Why do I have to cut it?
Lord.
I mean, I'll do it, fine.
You cut it.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So you cut off an arm,
Y'all,
right?
y'all go ahead, yeah.
We're not worrying about turn order as long as this
Alright,
isn't
I'm gonna
take too
cut
long.
off an arm,
Cut off an
and
arm.
I'm gonna draw giant kitty face equals skull and crossbone.
I like to imagine he's using the
In
arm
blood.
like one of those like
On the wall.
giant calligraphy pens
Yeah.
that they use on.
There's this weird scenario because it's an arm, so it's not just like
Talk about a meat
flesh
crayon.
and blood, but you've got like a bone in there, so there's this weird grinding against the stone wall as you're
I
kind
can
of
take care of
painting
that.
with it.
Flip that motherfucker out.
So you leave your message, a giant kitty face equals death sign. And then you flee, and the rest of your party flees as well. This guy is off the board. In fact, let me actually grab this guy and put him over here with the other guy who's off the board, so I can remember them for later. And so you guys just tell me, where's your intention to? Where are you fleeing? What's your intention?
I have no.
Because you guys are, I mean, if you're
Go
dashing
down through the whatchamacallit.
We probably need to go back to the freaking goblin market, right? Like, we're all fucked off.
if you guys are dashing,
I
you
mean,
can go pretty far. So y'all just let me know. In four or five turns, you can cover a lot of distance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where,
so
do you guys
we'll
want to
just
go back to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go back to the goblin market.
Okay. If that's the intention, you guys are
Did you grab the
halfway.
blade?
I think Jay got everything, didn't he?
Oh, the
Yeah, I got
scimitar.
everything off of Sean.
Did you take the scimitar?
I did not. Yes, I took everything.
I mean, you can if you
Took
want
everything.
to. Like, this isn't like a trick question or anything like that. So
No,
okay,
I'm just to make
scimitar.
sure because I'm not sure if it's magical, so I'm taking everything.
fair enough. All right. So you guys make it back to.
Yeah. Once we get back to that that crossroads, the four-way, I take a listen real quick. If I don't hear people like waking up, like yelling and starting to come that way, I'm gonna take a second.
So, the big crossroads with the living dwarves statues
The
or
one
the frescoes.
coming out of the goblin market, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys basically make it over here to this crossroads, and it would probably be at this time or maybe a few moments later that Ezrah knows the spell ends. Okay. And you wait a few seconds to kind of like see if there's any commotion or anything like that.
No, okay, so this is the reason I say this. Okay. As we go every turn, y'all can dash if you want, whatever. I want to use my action to draw a small series of kitty faces that are like
Just like
Out of the way.
graffitiing.
as if to intimidate. Like, if
Okay.
they're gonna come and attack this area, some people are gonna get PTSD from what just happened.
Okay. So Bones lags behind a little bit, putting his bloody kitty faces up.
No, just like chalk. We don't need the blood this time.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And
Um,
as I head back towards the market.
Anything else for you guys? Okay. Sounds like you guys are
Think it's
pretty
good.
okay with heading back to the market. So that is left. You guys make it back to the market. And as you come in, right, it's mostly business as usual here. There's a little bit of a commotion. Apparently there is there's talk about some patrols that Yek wants done, right? But there's not a big like hubbub over the battle with the carrion crawlers earlier. There was the kind of like the spit roast bonfire that was happening. That's still going on here in the center of the. So actually, here I'll pull these over. In the center of the square of the market, there's these like little bonfires with carrion crawler goop, and there's not much of it left, right? Most of it has been devoured by the hungry goblins, but the atmosphere here is very different from what you just left. What would you like to
Fair
do?
enough. All right, look, I tell this little bro, I'm like, hey, lock that door.
He kind of like looks at you and he says, "You're not the boss."
Okay. I walk off.
He's kind of suspicious of you when you do that, though. He goes, "Wait, why?"
A lot of bugbears. They might be very angry.
You see it like his eyes go, eyes widen, and he kind of like shuffles over to the door, slams it closed, and there's not really like there's not a lock per se, but there's a little bar, right? That he kind of like lays over it to kind of like barricade it. That door goes
Sweet.
closed. And then he kind of waddles. He calls over another goblin, kind of like stand at the door, and he kind of waddles off towards Yek's abode. What are you guys doing?
Great question.
Great question.
I'm gonna go catch up with my boys.
Okay, so you head up to the Skull Taker's post, where Pibble and Groin are. And they kind of see you coming, and they kind of like wave at you. Salt and Pepper come out of the little tarpaulin area that they have set up with all the bones and skulls that they've collected so far. Catsup is still on like a little cot in the back there, all banged
I
up.
call Matt over too. I'm like, Matt, come here. Matt, I need
God.
you.
What? Yeah, I'm coming. Wait, did you go left or right? Right?
I
Up.
went to the...
Oh,
Here, I'll teleport you guys. Never mind. Teleported yourself.
way up here. Okay.
I'm assuming you
On the
guys aren't
ground.
just like.
I say, first of all, okay, I took care of your problem. All right, well, most of it.
Pibble's like, "What do you mean?"
He should.
And I
He
showed
kind of like he looks down and he goes, "Oh gosh!"
So, guys, just
Oh,
I'm
Lord,
gonna
that's a
be
man's
honest.
head.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, I draw the kitty face. You know, you've seen the kitty face. You know, right? That means, hey, I've gone this way. Hey, you guys should check this out, right? You guys understood that?
Yeah.
Okay, then I draw the kitty no face. What did you think this one meant?
Bad kitty?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it means you probably ought not go that way, right? I mean, it means kitty no.
They kind of like look at each other and they're like, "But we're goblins."
Okay. Did you see the symbol
Rise above your race.
up that way where Catsup got attacked?
They kind of like scratch their heads.
Look,
Kinda
I
like-
just need you guys to understand that you're my boys, okay? But your actions have consequences. Look at Matt.
Shit.
Look at Matt. Look at how beat up
they look like super scolded, but they don't quite understand why they're being scolded, so they look at Matt.
I
Look at
point
him.
out, like my nice white.
Look at Ezra.
Shredded.
Look at Ezra. Look at him.
They look at
He got hit
Ezra.
with a big mace.
There's like this
Big.
bloody like side to the back of his shoulder and upper neck.
When you see the kitty no face, that means don't go up there.
Okay, boss.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Now we're gonna decide what we're gonna do, and we might be taking a nap in your tent. I don't know. I gotta talk to them.
Okay. Did you kill all those guys?
Most of them, not all of them. There were a lot.
There's a recognition, right? Like they knew there was a lot, right? and so there's this situation where like
Little
Pibble and Grunt are
fucks.
kind of like looking at each other and they're like, oh shit, right? And they're like, hey boss, have you told anyone
Yes,
yet?
Groin. I mean, we told them to lock the door. That's why.
Well, you know, Yek's been looking to expand.
Okay.
I mean, the Spider Eyes is a pretty nice place, I've heard.
There's
Did
still.
it seem like a nice place when we were there?
I mean, compared to Waterdeep, fuck
To the-
no,
to the-
right?
compared to the market?
Compared
Like,
to the market, it's roughly the same structural integrity, right? It's not. There's that southern portion over by like where Midna was, that's a little collapsed and ruined, right?
Yeah.
But it's structurally sound and laid out mostly well, you know.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
That's true.
There's only so many sides when you're underground, so it's like, hey, next door's open now. I don't like that place. Fuck that. You know, like. So he kind of like looks at you and he goes, you know,
We haven't yet.
well,
I
I don't know. It's just I don't know if you want to or not. It's you know, I don't know if you're you weren't gone for very long.
I mean,
we're efficient.
yeah, because we're efficient. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. You knew how this guy was. This
Yeah,
mouthed off, and
he's kind of an asshole. I mean, but you know.
what was kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, you know, like if their ranks are kind of diminished, you know, it's Yak's probably gonna try to move it in there.
See. Yeah. Maybe
I mean,
he'll give me something for it.
I don't know if this means anything or if there's. I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, fair enough. Thanks, Groin.
Yeah, boss.
Anyway, you know, watch out for the other guys. You know, Kitty no means don't go.
No means don't go.
I got it, boss. I got it.
Hey, you guys find anything cool since I've been gone? Secret passages?
We
cool
got
stuff?
so many skulls, but nothing crazy.
Nice. Any good ones?
He describes a. Actually, I don't think he would really need to describe it. They haven't finished stripping it yet. But it's starting to rot pretty bad because it's probably a good 6 or 7 days old. There's the hanging on the side of the tent is the head of a once upon a time, bright red-haired female.
I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is?
It was the berserker
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
leader of the
was her
Deadeye's
name?
watch post.
It was like Brunhilde or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you guys should really treat your bones like a little faster, honestly.
Oh,
okay.
There were just so many, boss. There's a bunch of these. There's a bunch of these
I know,
kind of
I remember.
spine guys, right? And they got like one big eye socket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Specs. Yeah. Remember those?
Huh?
Yeah. You're doing a good job. Good work. You know. Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. We're gonna be heading down to 3 soon. So keep it up.
His eyes kind of widen, right? And Pibble kind of like comes over and kind of like shakes Groin on the shoulder. Groin's a little shorter than Pibble is, right? So Pibble's always kind of like, oh, Groin, right?
What do you guys know?
like-
What's this about?
Oh. So, there's been a lot of chatter here lately. So normally, if we need to get to Skullport, or if the Xanathar's moving around, right? They go through the 3rd level. Been kind of hard lately, though, because there's a bunch of them knife ears that have moved in.
Knife ears. Okay. Racist.
You're talking to goblins.
Wait, aren't their ears pointy?
Yeah, but
Are,
they're
knife-
not
do you
known
mean-
for
do
being
you mean
knife
just
ears.
normal elves, or do you mean like drow?
No, the onyx skins ones,
Okay, drow.
like dragon glass. Yeah.
And you see
Real
Ezra
nasty.
slowly reaching up to his ears.
Real nasty characters. They moved in on the Legion of Azrok's territory. Bad stuff.
Gotcha.
The Legion of Azrak? What's
You
that?
see Groin's eyes kind of gloss over for a second, like he's having flashbacks, and Pibble kind of like pats him on the shoulder, and then he like takes a second and he comes back and he says, "The Legion. I used to be a part of the Legion."
Oh? Like an actual legion, like a force.
The Legion of Azrok. Yeah.
Are they all goblins?
Oh, Hobbs.
Hobgoblin.
They keep
Wow.
tertiary forces of, or not tertiary, auxiliary forces of bugbears and goblins, but
I was about to say,
but
goblins
Azrok's
understand the word tertiary.
Azrok's a great leader, great fighter.
And
He always seems to
Yes.
know where anyone is, all the time.
Sounds like magic, boys.
He's a great leader. He's led Azrok. He's led the clan for. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's either like 20 or 40 years. Like he's
Oh,
led it
Lord.
for a long time.
It's a long time.
Like it's a big deal. And so like he's kind of like the Legion has held Stromkolder and the banks of the Sargoth for decades. But now the knife ears are pushing them back for some reason. A dangerous time.
That does sound dangerous.
do the knife ears do
He doesn't
they,
blink. Like he doesn't even like bat an eyelash that you're like, you know.
Struggling.
He just like looks at you like nodding.
do they have an affiliation? Do you know if they're working with a group or
Some
if
house.
there's some
Themselves. Bent on conquest.
yeah. Them.
Real nasty parts though. Taking prisoners. Bad stuff. Be careful. Watch out. We haven't really been able to get through on normal channels. Part of the reason why there's not that much going on here right now.
What do you mean channel? What is a?
He means like getting through to like down to Skullport or something like that. Like they're used
travel routes.
Yeah, there's Undermountain's weird, but there is a sort of, for the people that live down here, the different clans of like the goblins, and now you know about the Legion of Ezrah, right? There is this kind of like little fluid economy, right? This back and forth. The Xanathar kind of gets mixed up in things from time to time. The Zentarum gets mixed up in from time to time. But it's been relatively stable for a while. This sounds like a bit of a shakeup, though. The way Groin and Pibble are describing it, these drow forces are kind of fucking things up.
As they do. Remember, no cat means bad.
He looks. Groin looks at Bones, and he says, "Boss, you might want to no cat that level."
Fair enough.
If you deal with the Legion, be careful. Azrock is fair, but demanding.
Fair but demanding. All right. Well, we got to go down. You know, we have business on the lower floors, but I appreciate your insights.
Yeah, boss. No problem.
Hey, keep an eye out for cool stuff.
Yeah.
Bloods, bones, anything cool. Hey, Ezra, can you tell if this scimitar is magic? Can you, magic concentrate
how much
on it?
money is in Shun's pouch as well?
Put your fucking key into it or
So,
something? I don't know what the fuck
You
do.
can look in
key it.
Shun's pouch. Shun's pouch has 24 gold, 38 silver, and 17 copper in it. And I say that because it does have mixed coinage. It's not just dragons, shards, and nibs. So I just copied and pasted that.
Okay.
And then in the other coin purse is 23 copper. That's the one that Ezra found on the bugbears. Sorry, the bugbears don't carry near as much on their person.
I ain't arguing.
And then you had the scimitar, the carved ivory spider statuette, and the silver key. So, what was your question?
I asked Ezra if there's some way he could tell if this scimitar was magic. Because if it's not, I'd like to give it to my boys.
I am working on a solution to that problem, but I'm not quite there yet.
Okay, can you sense on it? Can you inject your spirit? I don't know what the fuck you do.
That's not really how magic works.
Yeah, put your spirit into it.
I mean, I could channel off the Harsketa.
You could.
God damn it, Zach.
It's there to
okay.
be used.
I burned so many resources.
How
in
much
that
we
fight.
have done? Do you guys really think we're gonna do anything other than sleep in this tent?
Fuck
for
it.
just a
Fuck
minute?
it. I'm gonna cast it as a ritual. I'm gonna take 11 minutes
do
and
that.
not burn a
Hell
spell
yeah.
slot to do it.
Sure.
Because I still have it on my spell list for now.
You can use my boy's tent if you need to. If you don't want to do it in the middle of everything.
As long as it doesn't smell like...
It definitely
It
does smell
probably
like whatever.
does.
Do you have ritual caster?
He's a sorcerer. I think they do.
Ritual sorcerers don't.
They
Get
do
rid-
not.
Yeah. That's why
I
he's
believe you
taking
are
ritual caster at 8.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to update the overlays with. You guys are level 7 now. That's my bad. Whoops.
Oh, rest in peace.
Whatever.
That?
Rip. I'll get that
Whatever.
next time.
There's no way we're doing anything other than taking a nap, right?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
just
a
meant
nap
that-
doesn't get me spell slots back.
He
A
means a
long
big nap.
I just don't think that you you did everything, right? You don't have
Oh,
anything.
you're saying take a full day.
He's talking just sleep in the goblin's tent.
Oh, okay. Well, sure.
Long
Fine.
rest.
I don't know how much stuff you used. It just seemed like it was a lot.
It was.
Okay, that's what I was.
It
kinda saying.
was, but he's not empty. Don't let him fool you.
We weren't assuming he was empty.
Jake is just
I was.
very tentative about his. He doesn't like to be anywhere near close to empty.
No, because shit will
Well, come
come
on.
when
He's
I'm
still
Master
he's still got
does.
like half his magic capabilities.
I assumed he was empty. I don't know. I just didn't want to go down to the next level
used-
with anything.
I used 2 of my 3 third level spell slots and 1 of my 3rd level spell slots,
See?
Okay, whatever.
which means I still have.
Okay, well we can talk about. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. I'm fine with after
Yeah.
a short rest. I'd be fine to go down.
I would prefer not going down to 3rd unless I was full up, but
I think we can
Oh.
go down to the 3rd level at what we're at.
Do it.
Let's take a short rest. Let's heal up.
Matt's like, nope, I want to go find my shit.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want
my
to find
shit.
shit. All right, let's take a
Oh,
little
fuck.
nappery.
Oh, I
Speaking
was
of
looking-
shit,
Well,
jeez.
okay, hold on.
Hold up. I was
Okay.
looking at, and then I was changing my mind, and now I'm looking again.
All right.
Firm.
Huh.
I don't think
Whatever.
the average
Pass the
caster-
kid. Pass
Or
the kid and don't see shit.
Yeah, they do not have ritual casting. Okay. So yeah, I'll Hasnak at it.
everyone can gain 1,500 experience
Good lord.
for defeating
Yeah.
the Spider Eye Watchpost.
That means we probably ought not have done that. That's what that means.
It means it was probably one of, if not the strongest locations on this floor. So,
Oh shit! And we got like full experience.
yeah, you
We're
got
not
full.
really
You
killing everyone?
so you only get half experience when you don't take care of the problem. You guys took care of the problem, right? Like,
Right.
Within 2 turns of a round.
like there aren't gonna be.
No, I get what you're saying. I was
So there are definitely instances where you guys might somehow not take care of the problem, just circumvent the problem, right? And it's those cases that you only get half experience. You don't get full experience unless you solve the issue. But that place is not a threat to you anymore. So I guess the question now is what is your plan? What do you guys want to do?
I use detect magic to figure out what the fuck.
3rd level.
Okay, detect magic lasts for up to 10 minutes. None of the 3 items are magical.
Until
All right,
those.
if you guys don't care, I'll take the
Okay.
scimitar. Nobody
You
cares?
may have the scimitar.
Do not.
All right,
Yes, to your request.
Thanks. I go and give it to my boys. I'm like, here you go, guys.
Who do you give it to?
Is Catsup the only one that got beat up, or they all were in an encounter?
No, Catsup is the one who kind of like got caught and beat up. The
Okay.
rest of them were able to kind of like flee or evade, the ass kicking.
I'm gonna give it to. Which one was the leader of Pibble and Groin?
Groin seems to be more the leader. Pibble seems to be more the capricious, nonsensical one. Kind of like Pibble is a little off in the head.
Okay. Kind of want to give it to Catsup, but I don't want to cause any problems in the group.
I love it. You're outfitting your little crew. It's so good. Oh my god.
All right, I give it to Groin. I'm like, hey, here's the spider guy's sword. Maybe put up more of a fight next time.
Oh,
Kind of like
fucking sack up next time.
he goes, "Oh, thanks, boss."
Yeah, you're
Kinda
my
like-
boys. You gotta be properly outfitted.
He kind of like starts to swing it around him,
sounds so wet.
and he comes dangerously close to just like like lopping off Pibbles' hand. Like Pibbles comes like over, and he's like, "Oh!" And there's this moment where you're like,
Can I touch it?
ooh, slow mo, where it's just
Oh,
like
God.
the scimitar is coming up, and you're like, "Oh god!" But you know, they're crazy, and they're not the most aware creatures, but they do have some skill and proficiency with weapons of war. So Groin kind of like goes and he's like, sorry, and
You're a natural.
he stops like trying to like swing it around wildly and puts it up.
I'm like, Groin, when I'm not around, you gotta take care of the others, right?
You kind of like, hey, we're gonna need more of these, boss. He kind of like chuckles
Yeah.
nervously, right? He says,
Wait, so do they not have weapons?
they have weapons, right? But I mean, there's no mechanical dysfunction to their weapons, but roleplay wise, their weapons are battered, like sawtooth weapons, right? Like rusted, seen much better days, that type of concept, right? This is a fine drow blade, right? It's mundane, but it's still a nice blade compared to anything they've seen, you know?
All right. Well, so I still have this space helmet that we got like a long ass time ago. I have no interest in wearing that.
Sure.
Pretty sure we deduced that it was not magical, right?
I still have detect magic up anyways.
I
I
believe,
pull out the
he
space
couldn't
helmet.
Tell us like it was like weird or something.
I
There was
believe
something
the
about it.
scenario was that it itself is not magical, right? But that there was some aura of magic upon it, like something adjacent. Like it doesn't have a magical effect, but it has been
But it
in close
something
contact with magic or something like that, enough
if,
to
like,
leave an
every-
impression on it.
What if like every floor or two you find a piece of this fucking hazmat suit that you need to get your super stone?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you give it to the Skull Takers, you can maybe just come ask for it back.
No,
Or
I
they'll
think I'll
use
hold
it.
on to it just in case.
Now he's second guessing himself.
No, I do have some dope cloth of gold vestments we could give one of them who wants to be their priest.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
The cat priest.
We
Are
need
are
to kit these out as first level adventurers.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
not
so-
not tonight,
so
not tonight.
what-
But we need to
what's
do
the
this
names
in
of the
our
goblins?
downtime, and we need to kit out the Skull Takers.
Pepper, Pibbles, and Groin.
Salt and pepper or salt pepper?
Salt,
and pepper.
pepper.
Peppa.
Yeah,
Uh,
pepper,
Pibbles,
Salt,
Groin, salt,
pepper,
pepper,
catsup.
All right,
Pebble groin.
Salt, I'm gonna give the cloth of gold vestments, and Peppa, I'm gonna give the black velvet mask stitched with silver thread.
Don't force this on them. What if they don't want to be?
Oh. They're goblins.
They don't have to take
they're-
'em.
They're just like, ooh. And they immediately put them on and start dancing around, japing, you know, like they're having a good time.
Look, your crew's gonna be dope now. Jeremy, I need to make sure you have it notated who has
They're,
these.
they're gonna get jumped
Yeah,
and have everything taken.
right?
Yak
So-
is Yak is not gonna be okay with this.
Yeah, but they're gonna look good. Zach,
Damn,
do you
fair
not want me
enough.
to out? Do you
No,
not
no,
want
no,
me to
I feel-
outfit
I
your
feel.
crew?
All right, I give fucking Pibbles one of my bone short swords, and I give Catsup the other one.
Okay. Jesus. The Skull Takers are they are jubilant, right? Even in Catsup's like battered state, right? All of them are just incredibly like smiles and happy, right? Their boss is the best boss. Their boss went and beat
right.
up the other boss for them, and now he
right.
and his friends are showering them with gifts, and they're the best goblins ever.
That's right. Keep up the good work. All right. Do you guys want to short rest, or do you want to talk to Yak, or I don't have. I can go talk to Yak, or we don't have to talk to Yak. I'd like to talk to Yak, but I will give y'all the option if one of you wants to speak with Yak.
It's really hard to talk to Yak without wanting to try to steal his crown. It's just really hard.
Maybe you wait here then.
Yeah, maybe you wait.
That might be
No,
the
no,
best.
that was. Yeah, I'm not actually gonna.
That's a Jayism, not a
Not an ashism.
Ezra. Jake is the same way. I could just turn myself invisible, walk up, and take it off.
I think it's magically affixed because he tripped, but it stayed.
No, he like grabbed it and held it on.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna run over and tell him then, because I don't want his patrols to come back and think they did something magic.
Okay. All right. So Bones heads towards Yek's lounge area. Anybody else going with, or is it just Bones? Is everyone else
Yeah, I'll tag
posting
along.
up in the skull
Yeah,
tag?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
All right. Ezra, you going as well? Okay,
you
everyone
can stay
heads
with the
on over to Yex. And as you arrive, right, there's already a bit of a hubbub, a bit of a commotion, right? As there's a bunch of like yelling back and forth, right, between the goblins, and Yek is up on his kind of like cushioned perch, right? Smoking what looks like a hookah, right? Is kind of lounging there, bare-chested, glorious golden locks, right? But still, right, that just mess around his face where he just never, like, washes his face off or anything like that, right? Just smeared blood and fruit juices and etc., right?
What are they yelling about?
They are yelling about one of the goblins. The goblin you recognize from the door is yelling about some great horde of bugbears that is on their way here, right? And a couple of other goblins are yelling back and forth. They're in this little spat, right? Some of them are calling him a liar. Some are rallying to him about the great bugbear conquest, right? They're gonna force them to be their slaves again, you know. And none of the stuff that's being yelled at, or so it's that scenario, right, where an argument gets established, but none of the people are arguing over the thing that the argument's about. They're just yelling at each other. They're just yelling shit back and forth at each other.
Sweet.
And Yek's
Alright,
just
I'll
kind of
walk up.
like, just in a daze, just kind of like watching the whole thing, right?
I'll walk up in front of Yak.
Okay.
I take my bar stool or my stool out of my fucking bag and I put it down. And I sit down.
Whoa.
Hey,
Hey. I remember you.
yeah, hey, you look a little taller. last time I
Ah.
saw you.
I've been having them stretch me.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Bryce.
Hey man, so my boys, they told me you were looking to expand.
Oh yeah. Someone kicked the Xanathar's guild ass up top and over to the west and some other place. I don't remember. But they're just killing Xanathar people left and right, man. So I was thinking, why not expand? Got plenty of goblins that are looking to join. Market town's growing.
Sure, yeah. Hey man, so the guys to the east, you know,
Ugh,
me and my
Shun.
buddies
I hate that
Shun.
guy. Ugh.
say, yeah, yes, Shun, and I turn towards him with the head.
He looks through like very foggy, glassy eyes, right?
Mhm.
And you see the exact instant when his brain
Realize?
realizes what he's looking at, because that glassiness just like clears up instantaneously, and his eyes just like widen for a second. And he goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah, he just got a lot shorter.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Oh.
He's short.
Yeah, so I, just want to let you know it's available.
What's available?
Shun's area. There's some
Spider
remnants,
eyes.
right? Yeah, we didn't kill all of them, but
Oh,
killed a lot of them. And
Huh.
Shun.
maybe they'll join. I could
Maybe.
use some more people.
But hey,
Yeah.
man, you're tallest. I just want to make sure that my boys, the Skull Takers, as well as my other friends, these friends, are taken care of. I just want to make sure we're welcome here, right? Anybody messes with the Skull Takers, maybe a hanging's in order.
Oh yeah, you
I know
guys.
you like those.
You guys are great. You're awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Who are the Skull Takers?
They've got a tent. They wear skulls.
Go. Oh yeah.
Pibbles and groin in them. I know
Yeah.
they're pretty short, so you may not have seen them, but they're definitely not as tall as you.
They're below eye level.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But yeah. I mean, you pat my back, pat yours, right? Wait. And he looks over at a goblin that's like 3 or 4 feet away from him, and this goblin is like decked out, and he looks like he kind of like looks like a classical Chinese dynasty like minister or something like that, right? He's in this robe and he's got his hands like through this, and he's got this big hat that comes up, and he's just standing there, and he's looking about like he is just petrified and he has no idea what's going on, right?
Why do I have this hat?
And Yek looks over at him and goes, "Oh, is that the phrase? Is that how it goes?" And this goblin just like, you see just terror in his eyes, and he just goes, "Uh-huh. Yeah." And Yek nods at him and gives him a thumbs up, and he's, "All right. Learning. Yeah."
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Hey, do you want this stool? It's pretty tall.
What's the stool made out of, and how tall is it?
I don't know. I got it made from specifically for Yek as a gift.
Okay, sure.
That's why it's tall. It's a
I
tall
mean-
stool.
Like, he'll look at him and be like, "Yeah, I'll take it."
All right, man. Patting your back.
Wait,
And I give him.
who are you?
All right, dude.
Oh,
Just take care of the
Lord.
goddamn Skull Takers.
Oh, no. What's your name, man?
Oh, I'm Bones.
Bones. Who are your friends?
It's Ashes and
By the
Ezra's
way,
way over there.
Cut the bullshit. Since I'm liking for him, I'm just on all four. I'm not even gonna stand
Just
up.
like sitting
I'm just
there
gonna-
like
I'm
like
just gonna sit.
doing the dog like sit stance
Yeah,
next to a
Okay.
person. Okay.
Yeah, that's Ashes, and way over there at the entrance, there's Ezra. And Matt, I guess, is taking a nap, but he wears white and is a human.
That's way up there.
Yep, that's me as a
yes.
person.
Wow. That's a big dog.
Yeah, he is big. He eats a lot.
He's a Great Dane.
Like he says that, and then he kind of like
Ruh-roh.
looks at you,
It's an Irish
and he
wolfhound.
blinks rapidly, and you get the realization, like he looks at you for a second. He goes, "All right, man."
Damn, that's a big cat.
Yeah, he's just like he makes that sudden realization, you know. And then he goes, "All right, yeah, we'll get a group together. Go investigate. Ah,
All right,
this'll
cool.
be
Hey, I just want
good."
to let you know, there's some people still alive. Not
Oh.
all of them, but some of them.
We'll take care of it.
Fair enough.
He kind of like
See you
looks
later.
back over and he looks at one of his bugbear guards right over in the corner, right? He goes, "Hrolk, take care of it." And Hrolk just kind of like looks around and kind of like, "All right, boss." Just kind of like okay, sure. I'll figure something out.
right.
Next time, half the goblins are gone.
Half of them are dead.
Whatever. As long as it's not my guys, I don't care.
Oh shit.
All right, man. Cool. Good seeing you. Remember Skull Takers, Bones, Ashes, Ezra, and Matt. Good.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
I leave, and I give him a stool.
Reputation in Market Town increases.
Right before I leave, I stand back up. It's gonna be interesting now that I only get one transformation and it lasts an hour. I'm very much dissuaded from dropping it.
From dropping it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that means sticking it out in your. All right.
Yep.
So, you guys head back.
Short rest.
Okay. So you head back over to the Skull Taker's tent. Short rest.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I guess at the very least we can go talk to those other people.
Everyone's available to roll hit dice. Have at it. You guys are resting in not just a safe place, but you guys are resting in a faction location. You guys are safe unless you really screw some shit up.
53 exactly. Okay.
And the tension pool does not increase.
Nice.
Because this is like the benefit of like actually establishing connections with factions and shit like that. That means you can stay at their places without really risking too terribly much while you're in the dungeon.
Hey, so we have what is this big star? It looks like it's behind the crossbow room.
Oh, let's take a look.
The alive crossbow room. Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be a place of interest, right? Oh no, that's where we were starting. And just never
No.
updated.
Yeah, that's where you started. I could have sworn I updated this map. So yeah, that's just
I just couldn't remember what that was.
That's the
Okay.
start location. Yeah, so you guys should have been up on the other one. I
And
know
then
I
down
updated this
below
one.
it is the Modron, and up above it is
Uh-huh.
the werewolves. Okay,
Uh-huh.
anyway, so as we're sitting here, what do you want to do about the werewolves, Ashes?
I'm sorry. One more time.
What are you wanting to do about that group of werewolves?
The rats.
Where
The lycanthropes with the wizard that are working for
Well,
the Zentara guild.
to be perfectly honest, I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that there are other lichens out there that don't actually live a life where they're just rampaging and spreading the curse.
Plenty.
I'm
that you know of.
Maybe they are his pets.
But if these guys are really just trying to live out a generally peaceful life,
Peaceful and Zentarum don't really.
Here's one thing to consider, right? When you're potentially thinking about things like this. For a clan, right? So your organization is their modus operandi is kind of to prevent the wild one, right? To prevent the village hunter changing and rampaging through the village, that type of thing, right? But a clan of lycanthropes that are more genetically passed rather than curse passed, right? That doesn't mean that they can't necessarily spread the curse, mind you, right?
True.
But keep in mind, right, intelligent beings tend not to give advantages to their competition. You know? So, say a clan of were-rats, per se, right? What incentive would they have for spreading their curse? Making people stronger against their attacks? Making people, you know, like, why would they want that? So it's that kind of, it's a delicate balance, right? It might happen on occasion, but most groups that have some sort of, like, spreadable thing like that, why would they want to do that outside of the concept of, like, increasing their numbers? Right?
Right.
So it's something that I think maybe Ashes probably has, right? Like, that's definitely something that's been brought up in the organization. It's just not what the organization tends to deal with.
Right. Correct. Okay, well, let's just say until a time where they have crossed a line that I am unacceptable with, I will treat them neutrally.
You guys
Whatever.
you guys come back in 20 days and there's like 50 were-gobs running around.
Dude, that happens. That happens.
Oh,
Ash is
shit.
going back to immediate wares go down.
Oh,
Damn, sounds good. Show,
fucking funny.
show mercy, get punished.
I will say though that if they truly are working for the Zentarum, they pose a threat.
I will say this so that you guys know that the information that you guys have, and feel free to ignore it. I don't give a shit. But Rizaril did not say that they were a part of the Zentarum. He said that they occasionally do work for the Zentarum.
Tomato, other tomato.
Basically, here's the thing though. He implied, or the implication that he gave was that he and the were-rats are not one force, that they are currently working together, and the were-rats are the ones that are more the Zentarum side of things, and he's just kind of out for his own good. They have a mutually beneficial relationship at the moment.
Ah, okay. Well, whatever. Sounds good to me. All right, boys. Do you want to go and finish off that quest line?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get. The sooner we get done with this, the better I'm gonna feel about
Tie
it.
up this loose end. As much as I like having that half spider head on my belt, it was really more to put on a show.
Can't tell
here.
if that's sarcasm or
It's
not.
a really nice head, boss. Are you sure? You sure you don't want us to just clean it up?
great head. Let me see if he wants to keep it, and if not, you guys can definitely have it.
Well, I mean, I thought it was for you. You know, like we could maybe like make a mask out of it or something like that. You know, like he's got the things.
I'm very interested in this. Let me see if the other guy wants it first as proof, though.
All right, boss.
Thanks, guys. See
See
you
your
later.
crew just like looking to help out, take the initiative.
I think I just like playing Goblin. Fucking weird ass Goblin.
Same.
Fuck me.
All right.
I'm literally though,
you
like
guys-
legitimately, I'm sitting here going over in my mind like there are all these like side passages that they built into the levels of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, right? We've always talked about having some Goblin games. I could make, while you guys are delving through, I could make some side passages that the Skull Takers wander down and get into some trouble for. We could have some like
I'm a fan
one
of
shots
this.
with the Skull Takers.
So
Definitely could.
basically, we have contingencies for Gobbo Squad in both campaigns now.
Potentially, yeah. I don't even mean a contingency for Dungeons of the Mad Mage. I mean like legitimately me just making some like one-offs or like small arcs for you guys to take a break from Mad Mage and play some Gabo Skull Takers, you know?
Yeah, because we would have got our contingencies
Yeah.
lined up.
Yeah, that's true.
I just
Yeah.
think it might be
I
fun.
mean,
Well,
I'd be down for
I'm
absolutely.
it's something we'll consider. We'll look into it as we continue onwards. Anyways, so you guys are ready to travel. You're gonna fast travel to the Base de Resistance.
Yes, please.
Base de resistance.
Okie dokie. Cut, guys. Didn't cut. Fuck it.
Pasta.
Don't care. Whoop up. Okay. So this fast travel does cause the tension pool to tick up.
Fair enough.
Oh, by the way, while we were short resting, I traded a first level spell slot for a sorcery point.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
All right. Who was dealing with this
Also-
with the ashes? Who
Hold
was
up.
making this negotiations?
Oh no, never mind. That
Not
doesn't- that
me.
doesn't- Yeah, actually. So
What
in
are we trying to
in
negotiate?
casting, so let me double check and make sure that we're doing this right. Jake, in casting detect magic from the House Narketa, you've now moved it from where it was down to like the freshest slot, right? Because it targets you and you're being targeted by a spell, so it goes to the top slot.
Mhm.
Okay, making sure. Because in that
Yeah,
rotation, you can jumble up if you like get your spells out of rotation. You can like jumble up the order of how they kind of like filter down in through the House Narketa or whatever.
But I can burn whatever one I want, and then it just
Yeah,
goes
it doesn't
to-
matter which order. It doesn't matter which order you cast them in, or you get what I'm
Yep.
saying though. So
Yep,
yeah,
yep. Speaking of which, I'm going to burn another Hasnaketa charge to Mage Armor.
okay, sounds so that goes to the top, and now detect magic's underneath it.
That's a good idea.
Okie dokie. So you guys are
Not that it really mattered in the last fight, because the dude rolled like a 26.
well, you know.
Could have mattered though.
You guys are now at the Base de Resistance. What do you want to do? Go
What-
banging on the door, or
What,
you got?
what are
you got a
we
plan?
trying to get out of this?
The
I
key.
think we're gonna get the key for
A key.
By the way,
the head.
we also got another key, a silver key from Shun's
Yeah.
dead body. So.
Wasn't he going to give us the key and tell us what it does and what it goes to or some bullshit?
No, that key that Shun had, no idea what it was.
No, I'm
Like,
talking about the key from this man.
Yeah, apparently there's a now player or character knowledge was there was a locked room behind the spider eyes place that we hadn't gone yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. We'll just wait for Yek to clear that out.
And maybe the two keys work in unison, or
Oh, maybe that's a good thought.
something of that nature. Maybe we don't mention the key that
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, absolutely not. Why would we do that?
I'm just making it vocalized. That might not be a good idea.
Fair enough.
If
You know,
want,
you could just
I
you
can-
probably can hear us right now, right? Like he's-
I'm
I
assuming
mean,
you guys are
that's-
having this conversation while you're traveling.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
all.
Some
You didn't
of them-
all just walk in silence to the Base de Resistance, and now you're just talking loudly outside his
Okay,
door.
right.
We walked in silence the whole
So
way.
do we kill him or what?
Scorched earth. He's right.
I mean, if you want me to do the talking, I'm much better at that than
Actually.
being the muscle.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not too
Mhm.
great at the words.
Yeah, whatever. Talk. You deal with the Ezrah. Fine with me.
So we just straight up head for key, or was there?
Head.
Well, honestly, I kind of like the idea of having a mask made. So if he doesn't really want it, I'll keep it. Just like proof that he's dead.
A mask?
You know you don't have to
Mask of
roll
this
it,
man?
right?
I know, but I'm just
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything special or anything. Just while you guys are having your conversation, I'm seeing what form everyone is sitting in right now.
Oh, you're randomizing it.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm randomizing it just because some of
Yeah,
them.
I don't know. However you want to handle it, Ezra. I'm with you.
Okay. Ezra will walk up to the door and softly
Softly.
No.
knock.
No.
How softly?
I mean, I start at a comfortable amount of
Okay.
force that doesn't hurt my hand.
All right, fair enough. I can imagine Ezra just being like, you
He
know?
put a little. He put
He puts a
what
little.
he would assume is a.
A moment passes, right? And then you hear this click, and the door goes and opens. And you see the familiar room within, right? There's the big table in the center of the room. There's the wooden table sits in the center of the room, one end splintered as if having previously been bashed against something, and there's a loose arrangement of stones placed together to form rough shapes. There's the fragrance of cloves and something sour, and
I'll close the
there's
door
little
behind me.
pieces of furniture all around the room. You close the
Like,
door
as soon
behind
as
you.
everybody's in, I'll close the door before we get yelled at.
Matashtai stays in the hallway.
Oh, sorry, I gotta move myself.
Okay. And you do that, right? Like everyone files in, and Ash, as you close the door, and out of nowhere, right? Like a disembodied voice, you hear, "Good, you're learning. That's always an admirable quality."
Why'd you gotta,
I don't like the way that man talks to us.
right? Like, it's like
Yeah, but-
this is why I want to kill everybody. Everybody's a
So
dick.
condescending.
I don't know that we can-
condescending.
Not
Another
everyone's
concept.
condescending. Yek's not condescending.
Yeah,
You
Yek
know?
is not
Jack
condescending.
was just fucking high as shit. He called me a like what dog? I guess technically
It's a big dog.
it's a big dog. Fuck you.
You were the one. You described yourself as like sitting on your haunches like a dog would be.
Look, I didn't want to get yelled at for being too tall.
Hey. The disembodied voice continues, and he says, it's been a few days. Do tell me you're back with good news. I see my request may have been answered.
Are you just carrying it? You don't have it in your bag?
It's tied to his belt.
It's tied to my belt. I'm
Yeah.
making a
Oh.
statement.
Oh, all right.
People that fucks with my boys get their heads put on belts.
Jesus.
Good lord.
Ezra will bow his head slightly in the direction where he showed himself previously.
Okay.
Assuming he is probably in his comfortable corner.
Sure.
Yes, we have completed your request. I believe there was a trade that we were coming to terms on.
Yes, of course. I am nothing if not willing to abide by negotiations. Huh. Put the head on the table if you don't mind. Careful with the stones. They're placed accordingly.
There are stones on the table?
So there are little, there's like a little...
Like a magic circle?
Ezra, roll me, anyone...
I have no idea on
Anyone
magic
who
things,
does anyone have proficiency in investigation or insight?
I have both.
I have insight.
Okay.
Investigation is a better roll for me.
Either
Investigation.
investigation or insight. If you have proficiency in it, or if you're trained, you can roll that for me. Okay, so I think everyone kind of like gets this as they're kind of like suddenly their attention is drawn to the map and they see this. It's
Good
Damn.
lord.
it's the layout of this floor of the dungeon in
Oh.
very crude, rudimentary stones, kind of blocking off rooms and sections, and some of it's not quite right, some of it's a little off distance wise, some of the scope is a little incorrect. There are missing rooms that you guys are aware of, right, that aren't on this map, but it's a map of the dungeon floor. But yeah, so
Is there
disembodied voice.
any markings and any specific like locations on the map?
So there
think
are,
With Mattashtai's natural 20.
as you're looking, there are different sized stones intended to mark out rooms, and then there are different stones that seem to be placed into some of the rooms that seem to be marking the locations, right? Like flat river stones, those types of things, right? You see a stone roughly in the location of where you would assume to be Halaster, right? You see a stone roughly in the location of where the Spider Eyes Watchpost is, as well as the Dead Eyes Watchpost. You see a stone marking Market Town. You see a stone marking a location to the west of Market Town. Okay. And you see a room that matches the brewery, right? You see a long
That's where
tunnel.
there's a run past.
You see a
the dead
long
end.
tunnel after the brewery, and then you see 2 rooms marked on either side of that long tunnel at the end of it.
Where's the brewery on our map?
So the brewery is the missing portion. It should have been. I swear
at
I
the
updated
star?
it. Yeah, it's just past the star where that little crossroads is. It's that direction.
Okay.
So there's 2 little rooms to the north and south of that hallway.
Well, the way you say that is that where it was like there were the pitfall traps?
Yep,
and
that's
shit?
where you went down the slope and
Okay,
there were all the
so
pitfall
so
traps.
we missed the up and down rooms. Got it. Interesting. Good to know. Okay, I put the head on the table
Okay, gotcha.
carefully.
Head goes on the table,
More.
and you hear a few moments of silence kind of pass, and you hear this. Oh, Shun, you have never looked so good. Oh, my friend.
I believe there was a agreement.
Yes, of course. One moment. There's a bit of movement in that corner, right, in the lower left corner. There's a few things over there. There's a little chair, there's a little end table. There is what looks to be kind of like a little lectern, right? Like someone would sit and read at it, that type of thing. The lectern gets up and kind of, like, the lectern rises, it floats for a second, and moves over ever so slightly. And your vision in the corner is kind of blocked. Just slightly, right? But you all hear this click of something opening, right? And a brief moment passes, and then you hear this click of something shutting. And then a few more moments passes, a few heartbeats, right? And then all of a sudden there is a fat stone key on the table next to Shunshurith's head.
Okay. Cool.
And when I say fat stone key, I mean, it's not like a key. It's a freaking key. It's like a big ass stone key, right? And you all can see there's markings on it, right? But my boy Bones speaks Dwarven, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm a dwarf boy.
Okay.
Except I walk faster than them.
Significantly.
So, it says, Tifarfad amiar lielful gol, duekal hide gefel ingor slither. Bones, I've just messaged you. I'm going to try to start doing this with languages so that you guys feel like your languages are important, right? That you know what it says and other people do not, necessarily. Right? So those are what the glyphs, the runes, say upon this large stone key.
Cool. Yeah. I pocket it.
Okay. So Bones just swipes the key, shoves it into his pocket.
What the fuck do I notate this as?
You can notate it as Dwarven Stone Key. And I don't think you really will need. Cool. Give me just a second. Okay, gotcha. Yes. So what he says, because part of the deal, right, wasn't just the key; it was what he thinks he knows about the key, right?
Yeah.
So as you pocket it, you hear the disembodied voice. It says, "So, I believe the key. You've explored around a bit so far, yes?
Yes.
And you've seen some of the gates, the archways. Yes?
We have. What gates, archways?
Oh,
Like the lightning one?
the lightning
Hold on. Have we? No, I'm thinking out of character. Fuck off.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So yeah, out of character, you guys absolutely have,
There's
right?
the dead wood, or there's the wood one that we encountered.
Oh, those. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so Bones,
The other one's
your
steel.
thinking of the other one isn't wrong. It matches the description. It matches what you guys have seen. It looks like an
The
archway.
lightning one on the first floor matches the description of the other ones?
They're not all the exact same, but they're all like that. They're all like archways or stone doorways or things like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never put that together. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. We sure have.
Says, well, each of the gates in Undermountain has a different way of activating and a different destination. You know the basics of this place, yes?
Yes, we do.
We definitely do, but you should. I mean, just remind us, just because I want to, see what you know.
You know of its proprietor.
Oh yeah, no, we actually do know that one.
Blackcloak. Yes,
Blackcloak, yes. That man is
special.
something else. Yes. He's incredibly powerful. He's also incredibly gifted. His skill with transportation magic, conjuration magic, really, is it's truly astounding. Honestly, it's almost indescribable. The complicated feats he has been able to create. The gates that function within Undermountain are his creation. These are not a thing of the Malarkin or the Illifarn. They're from Halaster. And they come and go, he changes them as he wishes. And some of the changes in the world have had their effect here as well. But the gates are valuable to the right people, to those that understand them and know how to operate them. That key, I believe that key operates one of them.
We shall add it to our collection.
Do you speak Dwarvish, Tabaxi?
Yes, I do.
I mean, you reading it wasn't just like I grabbed the key and I like instantly read it and pocket it. You know, like you would have had to take a moment to like actually look at it,
thinking about it.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. So like he clearly had time to like watch you do this. So he kind of like points that out and he goes, "Ah, good. Then I won't have to explain it to you." That key refers to two locations within Undermountain. The Lost Level, which is potentially a myth, and Slither Swamp, which is most definitely real. Now, the Slither Swamp is... how to say this? It's lower down. It's, well, there's the Sargoth. There's a series of caverns. There's the Willowwood. More caverns. And then the Slither Swamp.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous place. Home to savage humanoids. A race of frogmen. There's quite a bit of activity there. I believe the key's twin activates the gate there, though I cannot promise you that that is the case. I believe the key you hold now is to the fabled Lost Level. But in truth, the keys should work in unison. One should take you to the other.
Huh.
Be careful, though. You have one key, and you use the gate to go to another destination. Without the second key, you will not be able to return.
You would be trapped. Basic logic. I appreciate that.
And thus, my end of the bargain is fulfilled. You have the key, you have my knowledge of it, limited as it frustratingly may be. And I have the best day I have had in quite some time.
Well, then we won't stick around to ruin it.
Oh,
You have a good day.
so sour, so dour, my fiendish friend.
Just, we got places to be.
Oh, do you? And where is that exactly?
Not
Down.
Down.
Down
Down.
the goblin
Down. Well, I will tell you, be careful of my brethren. Not all of them are nearly as accommodating as I am.
Oh, we've heard stories.
I promise you, the stories are poor retellings.
Sure, yeah.
House Ovrindar is not to be trifled.
Thanks for
Good to know.
the warning.
Watch your backs. I mean that with the utmost gratitude.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
I grabbed the doorknob, kind of like gesture to everybody, and I walk out.
Okay.
Okay.
I say, hey, one more thing.
Can't get out.
There's a small group of goblins.
Hey, get out.
They're called the Skull Takers, and they wear skulls, so you'll know them.
Take note.
Maybe don't attack them, just as a, a gesture of good faith. They won't attack you. Just as a favor to me.
I will keep that in mind. I will tell my allies as well. Hopefully we can avoid any misconceptions. Warn them not to harm rats. Your goblin friends are voracious at the best of times. Sometimes they mistake a friend of mine for a nice meal.
Yeah, I'll do that. That guy, I point to Shun's head. That guy attacked him. And then I leave.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
I like it. I
like
will
dope.
like it.
I like it too. I think
And
I think
close the
Rizaril
door.
likes it, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
He's turned on. He's really into cats now.
He is not out to fight you guys. He is out. You guys are competent adventurers, and as long as he can align his goals with yours, all the better for him. The door closes behind. The party moves onwards. Stone key now in hand. Quest complete. And everyone can add 600 experience to their character sheets.
You made note of how large this thing was a couple times.
It's
how heavy is
10
it?
pounds.
Okay,
Good
that-
lord!
I just need to know to put on my bag sheet.
It is a 10-pound stone fucking
quite
key.
heavy.
It's huge.
600, you said?
600 experience, yes. 600 experience for
Roger that.
completing Rizaril's quest.
Rizarill's quest. So now I let everybody know, I guess I just don't want to say it in there in case he didn't know. The key says on it, Indorf, meet me on the lost level, find my twin in Slither Swamp. Which, I didn't really know, but I figured before that those were definitely names of levels. Hey, we should probably find out the names of the levels at some point. Also, yeah, that's what it says.
I mean, if we want to go back up, I can spend some time at the library and see if I can get you a list of names of levels.
I know that this isn't like a legitimately oh, I want to get out of here. I know this is more of like that's a useful thing I could do, but I immediately interpreted it as Ezra just being like, we could leave. Yeah, we could go back up top.
That might be an ulterior motive of Jake's, but
Maybe put that on your list. Hey, did anyone else? Anybody else catch those rooms that we missed?
Wait, what rooms did we miss?
You would have noticed them with
You
your
absolutely
natural
would have
20.
Natural
noticed them.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
There were 2 rooms in that dead end with
Yeah.
the pit.
So at
That's
the brewery, the tunnel that sloped down and had all the pit traps that you guys were jumping over, and then you got to the end and there was nothing. There were 2 rooms marked on Rizzaril's map, one to the north and one to the south of that at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah, we should check those out.
All right, cool. Let's go do that.
Okay. So, fast traveling?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Fast traveling takes you here. And the tension pool ticks up by 1. So, I should switch over to this now that we're actually at a different location. Okay. So, you guys are back to the landing at the long tunnel where the pit traps are. Each of them is active, right? You can see all of them, or Bones can identify each of them, like the start of each of them, right? So we don't have to go through a whole long monotony. The only person that has issue getting over would be Ezra, and you guys came up with a creative enough solution to solve that last time. So as long as you guys are still willing to execute on that, you can just travel to the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, execute.
Okay. Okie
All right,
dokie.
so now we know they're here.
Now you
Probably.
know they're here.
We just got to figure out how to get in.
You just got to figure out how to get here. So, you can now either perform perception checks with advantage, or because you know something here is and you're looking for the way that it works, you can perform investigation checks with advantage. And anybody
I
can
will do
perform
perception.
23.
We can all make checks. Is that what I'm hearing?
this. Absolutely, all of you
9.
can make checks.
Perception or investigation.
I
So-
appreciate that you guys tend not to dogpile stat checks for me or ability checks for me. I appreciate that. But in certain situations, when you guys are like legitimately all looking around for something, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't just dogpile a stat. Between all of you, you are able to eventually find the various nooks and crannies that house little switches. The DC on this was a 20. Bones barely missed it
Jeez.
last time.
Damn, did I?
Yeah, you
I
got
don't know
an
what I rolled last
18
time.
last time, I believe.
Oh.
So, all right, and you find
That's a pretty
there
high
is
DC.
a room to the north and a room to the south. Let me
damn big room.
describe them real quick before you guys go rushing off. So, this hidden room's walls, talking about the north one first, but they're both very similar, right? This hidden room's walls climb 10 feet and then angle inward to form a pyramidal cap with a 30-foot high apex. Stacked in the middle of the room are 100-ish oddly patterned wooden barrels banded in iron. The barrels form a roughly 20-foot high pyramid with a base measuring roughly 7 barrels on a side. And that's what it looks like on both the north and south. To the south, right, the northern one looks far more undisturbed. The southern one, there are multiple barrels that have been smashed, that have fallen off the stack and have just smashed and are husks of their former selves, right? Bones, you can see On each of these barrels, engraved in a big, bold glyph or rune, is a single word in Dwarvish.
Beer.
Melon.
It is Kadu, which means what I have just posted to you. Yeah.
Preserve?
Sorry, preserve.
Oh, that says preserve.
Yeah, I typoed.
Did we just find another freaking... Like, we found the fridge. Did we just find the pantry?
I don't know, probably. Let's crack one open. Let's find out.
Okay. You head into the north room?
Yeah.
Okay. Head into the north room, head over to the nearest barrel. And these are big barrels, right? They're not tiny barrels or anything like that. They're full-on barrels that would hold probably about 40 gallons
tiefling with me, so
or so, right?
Come, giant tiefling, assist me.
So you head on over, and you tap a barrel. Is that the plan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Wait, well, I mean, I'll rock it a bit. Does it feel like there's
yeah, absolutely. It's full. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Have like a fucking cork or something?
So they have like
to
little.
Full on tap the motherfucker.
No, you don't have to tap it. I'm fucking with
Okay.
you. So they either have rims that you can pry up or corks that you can pop to open up and see what's inside. And there's no real difficulty in doing so, right? And as you set about the task, you open one of these barrels, and out comes a very mild aromatic aroma. A little bit of... It smells sweet, kind of a tinge of honey, right? But there's something else in there. There's something else that has a bit of body to it, and maybe... I don't know, maybe a bit of spice, like some pepper or something like that. You're sniffing a barrel of booze, a barrel of ale.
It's mead.
Yeah.
And how many barrels are in here?
A shitload?
100 or more in
Good
this room.
Lord.
To the south, there's another stack.
Send the gobos here.
There's a thick.
They will get caught in the
There's
pit
a
and die.
thick layer of dust in this entire room. By the way,
for
right?
sure.
There has been. These barrels have been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Oh, jeez.
How the fuck does the barrel still exist?
Dwarves. I assume it's the little
Magic.
rune on it.
Are the
Kadu.
barrels made of stone?
Preserve. Nope.
Yeah,
But-
I assume it's
each
like a
of the
magic
barrels-
dwarf rune or something.
Yeah, each of the barrels has this big glyph on them that says preserve.
Yeah, remember the refrigerator.
As
the
here,
room
so,
itself had the rune cold.
so as
And that
you
rune...
as you pop the cork on this barrel, right?
Mhm.
You all see that rune kind of glow for a second and then dissipate.
You
shit.
ruined it.
I re-cork it real quick. I'll put the cork on.
Nah,
Nothing
it's too late.
happens.
The magic's
Oh,
done.
well, that one's that one's on a
ruined
timer.
that barrel.
But see, if someone comes to check it out, the first one they open's a skunked drink, so they won't touch the other ones.
Why don't, it's a 20 DC to get in here.
So
And-
another
what's
adventuring
a
group is going to
DC?
be very disappointed.
Sure.
How does DC?
What is DC?
How about,
What
I
is
don't know, I
DC?
taste it. Is it
So it tastes
tastes like shit and I'm gonna die?
No. It tastes. Your opinions on whether or not Bones would like this or not is your choice, right? But it's a very mellow, very mild drink that tastes slightly of honey with a bit of a kind of maybe like cinnamon or peppery kick at the end, right? It tastes good. Like it's an enjoyable drink.
How much one of these things weigh?
They're big ass barrels. They
Okay, how much do they weigh?
I mean, doesn't Matt have a keg of water?
Yeah,
on his
absolutely.
person?
Each barrel contains roughly 40 gallons of dwarven
You
ale,
have a keg of water?
That's heavy.
and each barrel weighs approximately 400 pounds.
I could take a barrel.
Yeah, remember he brought the barrel
Sure.
of water out for the.
He absolutely did. He absolutely
Oh.
did.
I have no memory of that. It must have been when I was not here.
Jesus
you weren't.
Christ, Zach.
That's when he
Yeah,
was
I
here.
don't think he actually was here.
Okay.
Yeah, dick face.
Yeah, face full of dicks.
Jeremy forbid me from watching the VOD, so I have no idea.
I said you could listen to it.
You forbid it.
That
But
sounds
yeah,
like something
I
Jeremy would
I
do.
have a barrel of water in my bag of holding.
I think it's a
All right.
smaller barrel though. I think it's
I
only
think
like
it's
a
a
10
quarter
gallon.
barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm,
But could you guys
Probably
put
won't be
one of
down
these in a
here
bag of
much.
holding? Absolutely. Could you just
probably
lug
won't
it
be down
around
much
with you all the
longer.
time? Definitely not.
Alright, I put this motherfucker in the bag of the holding.
Okay.
Well, who knows how well it's going to hold in a zero oxygen.
It is a bit difficult to get
Alright.
the
Yeah, I
bag
imagine it is.
wide enough to
Mhm.
actually get the barrel in. It's a tight squeeze.
Yeah. Generally, you gotta train up to this.
But you do it.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh.
Oh god. Oh.
Look, they make sense to help you
That-
train up to this kind of size.
There are too many jokes that to be abstained from.
100%.
Already
So
making
yeah,
it, bro.
you are able to fit a barrel into your bag of holding if you want.
Okay, barrel of dwarf booze.
You want to label this as Malarkin Ale.
Okay, Malarkin Ale. 400 pounds.
And I don't
I'm
think
almost
that
out of weight.
I don't think that there's any real I don't describe every single thing that you guys see, right? Because we would be here for freaking weeks and weeks in one fucking room. But Bones, like these are the ruins of the Malarkin civilization of this dwarven kingdom, right?
Mhm.
That was a long time ago. Like, if these barrels are actually from that time period, woo!
Who
Oh, I
is
want to try
right?
some of that. I want to try some of that. Was it good?
It was pretty good.
I'm
right, get it
gonna
back
try
out.
some. Yeah, I'm just let me get a little bit of that.
We're not opening. We don't open another one. I get it back out.
It's really
Alright,
good.
we'll
It
push
is some of, if not the best ale that you've ever had.
Whew.
It's very sweet. It has kind of a cinnamon-ish, pepperish bite at the end of it. But for the
How
most
heavy are
part,
these bad boys?
they are
400 pounds.
400 pounds.
Can't fit that in my bag.
I barely could.
But I could pour out my keg of water and fill it with ale.
No, don't. What?
Priority.
Why would you break one of the super preserved bottles? Why would, if you take your keg of water out, do you have enough weight to put in one?
No.
No.
No. How much shit do you have in your bag? What the fuck?
I got a lot of shit in there.
I got a lot of shit,
God
man.
damn.
Leave me alone. I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, back the
Can
fuck
you
off.
can you shift some of that stuff onto your person to make room?
No. I point to my body. Do I look like I carry things?
I
Alright,
just
whatever.
I don't
love
carry shit.
the fact
I
that
not
we're
have this
sitting here
discussion.
trying to work in 800 pounds worth of booze onto
we're
our
gonna-
body.
We're gonna find some hoarding dragon whelpling with thousands of gold pieces that we won't be able to carry around because Zach won't let this bottle of booze.
You think
Well,
we're gonna
I'm
find that in
envisioning-
the next fucking 10 minutes at the very beginning of the third floor?
Maybe.
I'm envisioning we take these kegs back to the tavern
That's
So we
kind
have
of where
a
I was leading.
super special ale that only we have.
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Is it the same shit at the bottom?
Okay, so yeah, you come down to the bottom, and there is a very similar pyramidal style stack of these barrels. This one seems as though it's been discovered, though, right? There are kind of tracks in the dust. There are several barrels that have fallen off the pyramid and have shattered, right? But they're still close to 100. Maybe not quite 100. Let me check real quick.
Stop it, Jay.
Less. So yeah, there's probably 30 or 40 that seem to have tumbled down and smashed, right? So it's mostly just the base of the pyramid that is intact. So there's maybe like 50 to 70 barrels in here, but it still looks much the same in conceptually.
Maybe we clean out this discovered section first.
Okay, well,
Point
it's
of
already
point of.
for the future. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Okay, cool. Is there anything else interesting in here? I'll look around.
I mean, there's a shit ton of barrels.
All right, cool. Shit ton of barrels.
You go wandering around looking at things, or are you just like looking in corners? Are you looking for anything specific?
I don't know, anything that's not a barrel.
No, there's just barrels.
All right, fair enough. All right, cool, boys. Do you want to dump out your water barrel and get you some of this room?
I'm kind of tempted, but like at the same time, I liked having water to save those frogs.
Yeah, well,
The
technically
water
booze would
did turn
rehydrate
out
them,
handy, actually.
We know where it is, guys. We can come back. One
Alright,
is
fine.
enough.
I swear to
you
God,
want to
if
take
this
it
turns
every time
into
we're going back to the
every
surface,
time you go back
get
to
a-
the circle, you get one more barrel,
Also, unpetrify people.
and
Yeah,
unpetrify
unpetrify
people.
Give them
I'm gonna
give 'em a glass of ale.
Who are we unpetrifying?
Oh, yeah, that was while you were gone. So we found a
Oh,
room
Jesus.
with a bunch of elven statues
We
that when
gave
you
a
put
synopsis
middle-
last week. God damn it.
that unpetrifies whatever you put in there. Well, we found this menagerie that Halaster has of a bunch of petrified people and monsters that he unpetrifies to toy with or whatever. Well, we went in there and I saw 4 bullywugs, so I put them in the unpetrify area, and we have some super cool frog friends now.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I don't know. if-
Gad's old mind flayer friend is stonified too.
Damn, really?
Nihilor's
Shit.
down there. Yep.
Yep.
Damn, wish Gad was
Actually.
alive. I would free the shit out of him.
But so you can only
that's why
unpetrify a
Nihilor is
certain
there.
number per time.
Is I put him there at knowing of Gad. Nihilor's been there for a year
Damn.
in real time. Like before Gad ever died, I put Nihilor in here.
Damn.
Wow.
But yeah, you can only unpetrify a certain number of people a day. So we made like a note to try and unpetrify people on our way out each time.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So,
100
so
and-
adding to that
uh,
list.
199
Who's
episodes later, or sorry, 198 episodes later, you guys are gonna have all of these barrels gone.
All right, well, interesting. All right, so I guess once everyone's out, we lock this bitch back up.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe kick dust and shit around. Make it
I was
look
gonna
like
say, are
nobody
you
walked
gonna
into
like
these
make
rooms.
it? You guys are.
Is there
You
like
realize
obstacle for us to
you're
escape?
becoming part of the dungeon by like helping with this. Like you're like other adventurers could come down here and die to these pit traps. They could lose friends for nothing
Yeah, well, that's their own fault.
because you're hiding
I can't-
shit.
Wow.
I kick dust around, then I walk around in a circle like 3 or 4 times, like there's nothing down here.
Very nice, very nice. I love it.
Okay.
Yep,
That's so fucked.
good shit. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So,
And then on the wall, I draw a kitty no symbol.
kitty no symbol. Gotcha. All right, where are you guys heading now? What's the plan?
Oh, up to y'all. Third floor?
Third floor.
Is it happening?
I think
I'm
it's
down.
time.
All right.
Hey, unless you, Ezra, do you want to play the piano again, or?
Yeah, you want to do some piano?
I'm actually working on that. Just
Okay.
Oh shit! I brought the pit trap with you guys.
Hell
Oops.
yeah! Come on, pity.
Come on, pity.
We can use it to our advantage.
No.
Deploy pity.
No.
Please.
Bakugan, go! I don't know what there's. Let it rip.
Come on, let's
Yeah,
have
let
a
it
level
rip.
one
Let
pit
it
trap.
rip. All right. You guys, you make the long trek again. Actually, this one isn't that far because it's just down the hall and outside the
Yeah,
corner.
it's
So
not
we're not
far
gonna
at
fast
all.
travel for this, but it is a fast travel from one level to the next. So you guys do go from 3 to 4
That's
on the
big.
tension pool. And we come down to the Sargoth level. Oh shit.
Sargoth level. What's that even mean?
I don't know.
Does
I hope it has-
sound great.
I hope it has bones.
I'm sure if I
Sounds,
bones,
sounds
the
like
bones
the
of
name
our...
of an aberration.
Them bones.
All right.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
I think you guys have definitely heard that before.
I'm a scared.
Oh shit. Guys, I haven't been able to do this in a long time. We have new floor music.
Oh lord. Oh lord.
Home 3, never forget.
I don't
Oh,
like
this
it. Let's
is
go back to
creepy.
2.
Oh, this one's creepy. Oh lord. I didn't sign up for the creep fest.
The Creep Fest.
Man, I signed up for the Creep Fest.
Yeah, well you're fucking weird, so.
Also true.
Trying to get the volume right. Sorry, just a second. Alright, that should be okay.
Feels Resident Evil-y.
It kind of does actually.
Okay.
Like a save room or something.
So,
Mm-hmm.
guys, follow this winding staircase
the
down
creep.
from the arcane chambers. Down.
The goblin.
And eventually, the winding staircase straightens. It continues onwards for several hundred feet, getting further and further into the darkness. You feel the earth beneath your feet begin to tremble ever so slightly. And you smell this
Sorry.
faint dampness on the air.
The
You
ground's
all-
trembling and we smell dampness.
You all have descended to level 3, the Sourgoth level. If you guys would like to scroll out and look for my ping,
Yep.
So,
This-
Jeremy, I would like to reach into my inventory and pull out my entirely detailed and perfect rendition map drawn that was found off of copper. So, if you would, please reveal the entire floor to me.
No, but you do have a map. So, at any given point, if you would like to, you can say, "Hey, Jeremy, I refer to my map to see what is around us," and we can go from there.
I mean, we could just cut the middleman and just reveal the floor.
Nope. So,
Mm.
you find yourselves at the base of a long staircase. And you see a path winds to the east Path winds to the west and then curves southward. There are tracks all through here. There's dust, but this place is traveled enough that the dust merely shows you that tracks exist. It doesn't give you detail on what the tracks are, basically. So that is to say that this is a high-trafficked enough location that you're not just going to get great details out of things. What would you all like to do as you
I
descend?
refer to my map. And which direction does Skullport seem to be,
to
generally?
the third level. Generally, so on the western side of your map, it has a bunch of arrows that say to Skullport.
Okay, so west is the general location of the city.
Mhm.
Okay. I inform the party of this information.
We do have at least one thing we need to do in the city.
I think we have like a few.
Well, I've got one.
Oh, did we just walk down here? Now we're talking about going back to the city.
No, they're talking
No,
about Skullport.
the city of
Oh,
Skullport.
going to Skullport. Okay. I was like, what the
It's-
fuck?
I mean,
it's
Ezra
Skullport-
kind of always talks about going back to the city, so
Us?
there
Is
is that.
Skullport a
Alright.
city or is
Real
Skullport
quick.
Port?
I'm gonna
It's a
step
city.
out into
Uh-huh.
the intersection,
Yep,
and I'm gonna do my kata dance.
been
and
waiting
see
for
if
it.
I feel anything.
So, as you have seen him do a few times before, you watch Matashtai step forward, grow calm and quiet, an intense focus about his person. He falls into a series of flowing forms that almost seem like a dance. At the end, he stands extended, the spear Tonbokiri out, and his entire body is poised precariously, just waiting to be toppled over, right? Waiting for the slightest push to break the mold, right? And you all watch as Tonbokiri wavers back, forth, and it begins to dip downwards, 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 and you watch as Matashtai's body kind of like leans forward, and then the spear straightens up, spins to the southeast, and holds true.
Shit.
Matashtai,
Oh shit!
the prize that you seek is on this level, to the southeast from your location.
Oh lord!
It is distant. It is not close on
That's
the
fine.
on the grand scale of things, right? You can tell that it's not 10 feet away, it's not 100 feet away. It's still some distance away, but it is on this level.
Whatever. We locked in the Y coordinate. We're good.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right. What do you do, Matashtai?
I turn back to the group and say, "It's here. Let's get it."
What is it again? Space Stone?
Nah. If you recall, I came here looking for a set of artifacts. Artifacts of my goddess, Buldre.
Hammers of Creation.
Not so much hammers, but... but, with them, if I can gather them all, I become the champion of Buldre. And I can return home. Do what I gotta do.
Fair enough.
You
That sounds good. Well,
You'll
Yeah, well,
attain
Definitely.
you'll attain master's rank. You will
Yeah.
become a master of your order.
Yeah, same. We grant you a seat on this council, but we do not grant you the
It's
title of
it's
master.
very much a it's legitimately we'll grant you a seat on this council, right? Like Matashtai, if he returns home with these artifacts, Matashtai will become a master of his order, and he'll be a figure to be reckoned with.
I will be a master on the Council of the Presidium.
Most of the acolytes that go on this journey do return. No. Most of them do return. And they
Just
return
unsuccessful.
gloriously, right? They are welcomed back, and they are great members of the order. But they're unsuccessful. They're not masters.
I'm finally a Jedi Master.
I'm very excited. And I think this is where we will go ahead and close out tonight's session. You guys have made it to the 3rd level, to the Sourgoth level. And Matashtai now knows at least a general direction to the artifact he
giddy.
seeks, right?
Hell yeah.
Well, you guys have gotten a bunch of interesting information this session, I feel like. Good conversations with Groin, good conversations with Rizaril, right? I'm really looking forward to this. Also, there's a... So, I'm going to say this, right? Last map was pretty big, right?
I mean, sure,
Yeah,
yes.
it was pretty big, yeah.
I think this map is like 20% larger.
Well, if it has a whole town on it,
Well,
probably.
the town is an offshoot, I believe.
Well, whatever. We need to goddamn get
Oh,
some
we're
levels,
talking about
so-
Skullport?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skullport's an entirely different map. Sk-
Good.
Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Sounds good.
So, I had a good time. I think that's where we will go ahead and close it out for tonight's session. Hope everyone enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to next time. Catch you then.
Yeah, boys.
Peace.
Laters.